And welcome back, Right Side Broadcasting. We are live here from CPAC 2022. This is day 4. We're at the end of the road here. It is Sunday afternoon. I'm Grace Saldana. I am joined by Anthony Sabatini, candidate for FL-7. How are you doing today?
Really good. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. So this has been an incredible conference so far. It has been so America First centric. So what are your thoughts on the energy here versus the previous CPAC?
I think it's getting better every year. This is probably the best cast of speakers we've had. And you're right, it's really become purely a Donald Trump MAGA movement here. It's no longer, there's really no room anymore for the old establishment politicians. I don't even know if they're invited anymore to this conference. There's no rhinos. It's been almost exclusively strong fighters like your Marjorie Taylor Greenes, your Matt Gaetz's, obviously Donald Trump did a great job speaking last night. So I'm happy, I'm kind of proud of where the conference is now.
Right, and you are right up with them, with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz for a Firebrand. You are a Firebrand Conservative. You're one of the most hardcore conservatives I know on Twitter.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I try to be, what we say we are. A lot of Republicans run as reformers, conservatives, populist America First type elected officials, and they get in office and they don't do that. My goal is just actually be that person. So in the state legislature, that's what I've done, and that's why I'm running for Congress. I want to really make sure that we have people like Paul Gosar, Madison Cawthorn, who are actually going to go up there and fight, not just sit back and do nothing.
Right. And what are your top priorities when you get elected to office?
I would say my top 3 are going to be, number 1, removing Dr. Fauci immediately from power. I think he needs to be criminally investigated personally. I think he's obviously perjured himself multiple times, and so at a minimum he should be prosecuted. And with that, really ending COVID tyranny. I would say number 2 is doing an immigration moratorium, stopping the crazy amount of immigration, both legal and illegal, we have right now. I think it's time to slow that immigration down and really make sure we're assimilating the folks that are here and make sure we stop the breakdown of rule of law associated with that. And I would say third is really the threat of big tech. I think big tech has become an existential threat to our country right now. And we really need to, I used to think we could just amend Section 230 and stop the censorship. And yes, we need to do that, but we need to go further than that, in my opinion, and really break them up, because they've really become a cannibalistic influence on the American economy. And they're really kind of disrupting both our economy and our election system. I don't trust big tech. I think they're really the enemy. And if I had to say a fourth, I'd say election integrity, but the truth is it's the states that have to lead on that. So the federal government can do some. I believe in a national voter ID, but I believe it's the states that need to stand up and do what we did in Florida, which is clamp down on election fraud.
And let's unpack that a little bit. You said you touched on a lot of different huge topics. So the first thing that really stood out to me was what you said about the border crisis and what's going on there, because it's not only affecting the border states and cities in Texas and Arizona, it is affecting Florida, it is affecting North Carolina, where the Biden administration is secretly flying people in the middle of the night. I just saw a video of a bus unloading who knows how many illegal immigrants up by Winter Park in Florida. Or Maitland, I think it was.
Absolutely.
And that's close to home for you.
Yeah, the federal government's playing games, and they're doing things to hide the influx of immigration, illegal immigration that's occurring right now. They're doing a lot to try to disguise it. That's why we've seen these planes coming into Jacksonville, well-documented occurrence, for months and months and months, bringing in illegal immigrants. I believe the states, just like I said, states need to stand up and take over the election integrity issue. Don't wait on the federal government to take that over at the state level. They also need to take care of this immigration issue in the meantime, too. I think that states like Florida can begin the process of deporting illegal immigrants, shutting down companies that are facilitating illegal immigration, and passing e-verify laws. So the states need to stand up, and the federal government can help with that a little bit, but it's really on our states.
And on election integrity, what more do you think Florida could be doing to secure the elections?
To be honest with you, there's a lot more we can do. I'm actually fighting for a much more robust set of provisions at the state level to clamp down on the election fraud. I believe we need to start with an audit. I can't see how anybody would be opposed to an audit everywhere, because with an audit, you can identify any type of fraud or attempted fraud made. So I'm pushing for an audit in the state of Florida, even though we won the state. Audits are always good. Number 2, a total ban on drop boxes. We don't have a total ban yet, and we really need that. Drop boxes are very, very prone to abuse. And additionally, I would say, we have voter ID in Florida, but we can strengthen it and make it more necessary for when you register, make it that you have to register every year, make it that you have to use it when you do a mail-in ballot, and restrict the type of mail-in ballots that we allow in Florida. And I think the federal government can play a role in this, but the state can really take care of it here. We just need courageous Republicans that are going to fight back against the left on this and the media, because the media is already attacking any Republican that wants to secure elections, and we need people with a backbone who are going to stand up.
Absolutely. And you and people like Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz are getting together for an event tomorrow, correct?
Actually, today at 2
today,
o'clock.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Congresswoman Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz, shortly towards the end of CPAC, in my district, which is only 20 minutes away, are going to be helping me put on a big rally and educate the voters of what's going on and what we need to do to take our country back.
And right off camera, we were talking about how many people are going to be attending that. What's your estimate?
I think we're looking at 350 only because the building wasn't really big enough for more people. We could have got 1,000 or a few thousand, but 350 is a good number, so we're cutting it off about that number.
Oh yeah, that's great. I mean, it just shows how much energy there is for the America First movement and how many people will come and see candidates like yourself who are who want to fight for America.
Absolutely, yeah. No, but people, there's a lot of energy already, and people want to get involved. We've actually already identified 100 volunteers for the campaign and 6,000 donors. I mean, people are really mad right now about what Biden's doing, and they want to make sure we're getting the right kind of Republicans elected to Congress, not your establishment pushover types, but people who are going to go up there and hold the system accountable, both parties.
And tell the Floridians out there when they can go vote for you.
Sure. So early voting is going to start actually in late June, early July. For military, and then of course the primary will be in August,
right? And
then of course that November election is what we're really focused on, the general election, because with redistricting we have a big boost as Republicans, but we're going to need everybody out there. So definitely find me at SabatiniForCongress.com, and I'm on every social media platform from Gab and Getter to Facebook and Instagram. So find me and check me out, and I hope you'll support me in the campaign.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on, Anthony. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Grace. You're the best.